crossing county lines just to make my name in the city. Took everything, put it on the line, cause I never break or back down. One shot is do or die, and the odds ain't looking too pretty. But I got the feeling it's my time. I know I'm taking it now. Price of blood, sweat, and tears, and I never looked for salvation. I worked for this for all these years, and I wouldn't break or back down. No. I fought through all my fears and all of my frustrations. I see the light is getting clear. I know I'm taking it now. It's my time, I'm taking it now. I'm taking it now. It's my time, I'm taking it now.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
DirtVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt, led by World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, the pinnacle of dirt racing. If you can't be at the track, DirtVision is the only place to watch the Outlaws and the most powerful late models on the planet. You also get the Super Dirt Car Series, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, and Extreme Outlaw Midgets. DirtVision brings you nearly 500 live races, including weekly racing at America's premier tracks. See them all with a DirtVision Fast Pass. There are flexible options so both casual and hardcore fans can live stream races on multiple devices. You also get 2,000 classic races free in our video vault, along with DirtVision QuickTime, off days features, and our 24/7 streaming channel, DirtVision Now. Register for free or buy your Fast Pass now at DirtVision.com or on the DirtVision app.
World of Outlaws Dirt Racing is available now.
Good evening, race fans, and welcome to round number 10 of the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. We come to you from the dirt track at Charlotte Motor Speedway as we will crown a 2023 champion in the late models this evening after 50 laps of feature competition. Tim Terry and Terry Radford here to call all the action for you. And Terry, last week was exciting. Evan C, little bit off his game. It's brought us an opportunity to see a three-way dance for this championship battle.
Yeah, three-way chance to win it, and this is a place right here that Evan didn't win last season. A lot of the tracks we went to over the course of the past 10 weeks, Evan C's been the returning winner for it, and now we come to the dirt track at Charlotte, and well, it's three people's ball game to win, and they're going to need a little bit of luck catching him from second and third, but anything can happen.
Especially over 50 laps at the dirt track at Charlotte. So we've gone 9 races so far. Last week was Logan Rumsey picking up the win, and now we move on to the dirt track at Charlotte for the final race of this season. It's been a very competitive one, Terry, and we see the points. There's lots to fight for. We talked about the top 3. Evan C has a comfortable lead, but if something happens, he does not make the feature or has a bad night, we've got Logan Rumsey and Kendall Tucker ready to pounce. The top 15 retain eligibility for this series for 2024. Everybody on back from 16th on back has to fight through the qualifying series, and you look at that line at 15th and 16th, Robbie Buchanan's in. Tomasi is 4 points back. That is going to be a show. And if Mike Augustine or Chase Hardy or Barrett Bishop have a bad night, Desmond Busby, same thing. They could find themselves on the outside looking in on this 2024 eligibility for that series for next year.
Yeah, just to hit it, they are not locked in. They are eligible to return if they so choose to. We could have some of them that say, hey, they don't want to race. You know, any of these drivers who's like, no, I'm good, too much commitment, I want to focus on something else. So that would then, I don't know how they'll work it, but it might just bump one from whoever's below the cut lineup. We'll find that out when it is time for the 2024 World of Outlaw ButtKicker Late Model Series. We'll take a look at the track here. We've seen this track a couple times. It's one of the oldest racetracks on iRacing. 4/10 of a mile. Dylan Yeager won it last season. It holds 14,000, unlike the one that, you know, the mile and a half that sits outside of it. And this is America's home for racing. Well, because it's NASCAR's home of racing as well. So always good to see the dirt track at Charlotte be utilized on iRacing.
Absolutely, and we always see some great racing here, and this place has been a great host to our season finales the last couple of seasons. And again, we are going to see some great racing here this evening. 4 heat races, going to qualify top 4 in, and here is the starting grid for heat race number 1. Terry, who's in this one?
Yeah, Nathan Waddell is going to lead them to green here. Colton Zimmer, Evan C, your points leader. Chance to come win this championship. Going to start row 2. Chase Barber to the outside. Second place in points, Logan Rumsey, last week's winner as well. Sits there on row 3 with Barrett Bishop back there on the outside lane. And your final 2 starters, Tristan Lattiser and Chase Hardy, you talked about, could have an opportunity to lock himself in tonight for the top 15. He's back there starting shotgun.
Got some work to do with heat race number 1 to try to make the top 4. We'll run 8-lap heat races, and we'll take those top 4 from each of those 4 and move them directly into the 50-lap feature. We'll have 2 last chance showdowns and qualify the final 4, 2 apiece, to move them in, and we'll start 20 cars. We have 30 cars here this evening, so 10 will be going to the house after qualifying before we roll for 50 laps of racing. We've seen these heat races be crazy this season. We've seen the last chance showdowns have a lot of talent in them. This is going to be the telltale whether you have an easier path into the feature or you have to dig deep in one of those last chance showdowns.
It'll be a good opportunity. I mean, they got different setups for different things. Like obviously, right now they're not going to run what they're necessarily going to run in the race with the longer runs they'll have. You take a look at the weather conditions here: 78 degrees, wind speeds moderate, 3 to 5. I think it got up to 6 a little earlier. 98-degree track temp. That should not play a big factor. Could draw some moisture out, but other than that, it's going to be a good day.
And look at what we're racing for this evening. Obviously, we've raced for 300, 200, and 100 in each of these features so far this season. Championship prizes, top 10, and a champion receives a trip to the World of Outlaws World Finals, a check presentation during the opening ceremonies, and an official World of Outlaws Champions Trophy. Big prizes on the line, and we are going to crown that champion here this evening. Oh, by the way, they get $10,000. That's kind of a big deal, too.
Yeah, it's just $10K. What would you do for $10,000? One of our 3 competitors eligible for the championship is going to walk away with the $10K. 2 of them start in this race. We'll wait to see the other one coming out very shortly. He'll start either in heat 2, 3, or 4, but it's all Nathan Waddell, and hopefully he can rebound from what he's been doing, Tim, where he starts up front and then just falls back during the race.
We'll see what the season finale will hold. Nathan Waddell, another great qualifying effort, and he's on the hammer. Green flag flies, and in behind already 3 wide. Looking for position number 2 as they race through 1 and 2. The 20 to the outside, the 33 Evan C to the inside, looking to make something happen. Oh, by the way, here comes Chase Barbara trying to make it 3 wide.
Yeah, 3 wide. They went for a moment, was not able to keep that one up. Barber gets in the back bumper of Zimmer. He'll slide down to the inside of Evan C for that P2 position. Logan Rumsey works his way into that spot as well as he gets around the 20 of Zimmer as well. Contact's made right there. That could spell trouble if Rumsey gets himself in a bad opportunity.
And look at this opportunity here as they continue to fan out. Barrett Bishop wants the spot in the middle. Goes Zimmer. Inside is Hardy. Hardy's trying to make this happen. And to the outside, Logan Rumsey's falling back. You see the red drivers in the ticker. They are your championship contenders. And Logan Rumsey is on the wrong side of that yellow line as you ride on board with Tristan Lattiser.
Yeah, Ontario, Canada's own Tristan Lattiser. He's riding shotgun on the field right now in the 8th place position. And if you're Logan Rumsey sitting there in 6th, that's not what you want to see. You don't want to be outside looking in at this moment, because then you put it all up to chance to try to go down for 2 spots in our last chance showdown. So he's going to need to find a little bit of speed. There'll be 3 laps to go when they come across the line this time. And for Evan C, he's like, hey, yeah, go back there and finish 6th all you want tonight.
Lattiser trying to get up on the wheel. Everything for the most part in front of him has kind of found a position, even though Rumsey wants 1 more, wants 2 more. Tries to go to the inside of Bishop. Slide job, and that's not going to work. He is going to be broke down the back straightaway, and that is not going to help Rumsey's effort, nor is it going to help Chase Hardy. White flag flies. Final lap in heat race number 1. Nathan Waddell, what a run. Evan C wants 1 more, though. Final set of corners coming up in heat race number 1. Waddell up high, C down to the inside. What a run for Nathan Waddell. He picks up the heat race number 1, and he'll sit provisional pole in the season finale at the dirt track at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. As we see our results, Waddell, C, Barbara Bishop all in. Rumsey, Lattiser, Zimmer, and Hardy are going to go to a last chance showdown, and it wasn't without a little bit of effort for some of those drivers to try to make that top 4. But how about the run for the 5? Nathan Waddell is going to victory lane. He will start P1 in this evening's 50-lap feature, and I believe, Terry, you caught up with our heat race winner.
Yeah, not only is Nathan Waddell a great racer, he's also a host of a podcast that he does for the World of Outlaws late model series. Nathan, what have you learned over the 9 weeks you've hosted the podcast from all the great guests you've had?
This is very tough, man, and getting one of these interviews, I've been begging you guys to give me an interview, between the whole race and everything. I just had to do it the hard way in this last week, but yeah, it's tough, man. It's tough, and to start up front is a big help, so hopefully we can just carry this momentum forward and finish the season strong.
Who's your guest, by the way, for the one coming up?
We're going to try to get the champion, whoever that may be, but that's looking like what we're going to try to do.
That's what I like to hear. That's going to be your pole sitter here this afternoon for the Dirt Track at Charlotte.
Can I thank Apex Industries right quick? Damian Kiefer, Colin Bocus, those guys helped me out a ton. I wouldn't be here without them.
Perfect. Weavers, Alabama's own Nathan Waddell starts on the pole at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. And
hi, Mom.
Heat 2. Hi, Mom, out there as well. J.D. Brown starts on the pole. Kendall Tucker to the outside. Tanner Tomasi and Ethan Toder, row 2. Blake Murray and Tucker Elkins round out your top 6 with Cameron Kaysen and Logan Herbert, your final 2 starters.
So heat race number 2 set to come to the grid. We will decide the outside pole sitter and the 4 drivers that will transfer into tonight's 50-lap A main. So far, we've got 4. We'll get 4 more here and do 2 more heat races afterwards to make 16, and 4 more from the 2 LCSs later on this evening. As we get these drivers on the grid and ready to roll. Good to see J.D. Brown with a great qualifying effort. And obviously Kendall Tucker's got something to fight for this evening, Terry. He has that outside shot at taking the championship away. And oh, by the way, P3 has some eligibility implications on the line.
Yeah, it does. For Tanner Tomasi, he just needs to lock himself in. He needs to put himself in the best opportunity possible to come out here and fight for that relegation line. I would almost imagine that he would be one of those drivers that we don't have to question if he's going to come back in 2024 or not. If he makes it in with the eligibility, he's going to take it. But for Kendall Tucker, starting on that outside lane, has the opportunity to start P2. If he can secure that finish up, I think he would be not head and shoulders above, but it's really tough to pass here. He would definitely have a strong opportunity to win this championship, or at least contend harder for it.
As we get ready to see what will shake out from this second heat race, you mentioned those championship implications, the top 15 bubble. There's a few in here, and then there's a few drivers who just want to finish their season on a high note and leave 2023 with a good finish. And what better way to do it with round number 10 at the Dirt Track at Charlotte as Kendall Tucker to the outside, J.D. Brown to the inside, and Brown is gone. Green flag flies. We're underway in heat race number 2, and keep your eye on that 00 to the outside. Battle for third as Ethan Toder tries to get it to the inside. Goes Kendall Tucker to the lead.
Yeah, Kendall Tucker slid up the racetrack a little bit, got behind J.D. Brown, but he'll throw the slider on him. He'll tuck right up in front. Now you're going to see Toder. You'll see Tomasi. He shot it for the lead, but he couldn't make that one stick. He'll go right in front of Ethan Toder, slot himself into the 3rd place position, and look behind. There is a ton. There's Cameron Kaysen back there in the little shot, but Toder's going to jump to the outside, trying to work his way and stay solidly inside this top 4.
Mossy moves to the inside as you see the battle just in behind them. They continue to battle it out for these top 4 positions and try to get into this feature go later on this evening. Toder is 4th, the 3rd car in line in your shot as Kendall Tucker tries to inch away just a little bit. He's got a decent lead right now. It's manageable up in front as we pass the halfway point.
Yeah, about 0.3 of a second. It's all he's holding over J.D. Brown. And you got to think, if you're JD at this moment, don't go too wild, don't go too crazy, just ride it right here. But for Tanner Tomasi, the driver sitting in the 3rd place position, right outside the line to put himself in for the eligibility for next season, doing a good job riding it here. As we go on board with Dallas Georgia's own Cameron Kaysen, he's going to have to find some speed. It's kind of looking with 2 laps to go that he's going to go to one of our last chance showdowns.
Ooh, J.D. Brown to the inside as Tomasi, they battle for position number 2. J.D. Brown kind of backed up that 2nd place battle a lap ago as the white flag comes out. Final lap. This has been a crossover party for the position, and here comes Kendall Tucker into the shot as Tomasi slide jumps up the hill. The 14 back to the inside. This is the battle for 2nd behind Kendall Tucker. Tucker picks up the victory. In behind them, it was a battle for 2nd. J.D. Brown kind of faded just a little bit at the end of that heat race, but still comes home with 2nd. Tanner Tomasi needs that to get in and try to have an opportunity to crack the top 15 in points. He's in 3rd, Ethan Toder in 4th. Kaysen, Elkins, Murray, and Herbert will all go to a last chance showdown, and we will chat with our heat race winner following this short little break. Catch your breath. Those 2 heat races were phenomenal. We got 2 more coming at you.
Call us Outlaws. We don't mind. We're your friends, your neighbors, your co-workers, the stranger you pass on the street. We may walk to the beat of our own drum, but we'll also give you the shirt off our back. We have an unapologetic toughness that can't be denied. We're not just tough. We're outlaw tough.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Drive like an outlaw.
Welcome back to Charlotte. 2 heat races have been completed here for the season finale for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. I believe Terry Radford has caught up with our second heat race winner. It's Kendall Tucker.
Yeah, Kendall, you're sitting third in the championship standings as of now. What's your mindset coming into this race now, knowing you're going to start outside front row? What do you got to do to win it tonight?
Yeah, just gonna hopefully just go for the win here. It's been a good season for us, just, hoping to finish off strong. So got a good start here, and just hopefully can, finish it off here.
Well, congratulations on a great body of work throughout the entire season. That's our North Carolina native, Kendall Tucker, who's going to start outside front row, Tim.
And we will decide the inside starter on row number 2 with this heat race. For to transfer, who's in this one?
Yeah, Damian Kiefer's going to start on the pole. Blake Majulis to the outside. Last year's winner here at this race, Dylan Yeager, is going to start third. Loic Bernier outside row 2 with Brett Caudill and Robbie Buchanan Jr. with a transfer position there. And Caden Honeycutt will be your final starter in this one.
So we will see the next 4 transferees from this one, and you look at this field. Robbie Buchanan is the one that stands out to me as we go 8 laps in this one, 8 laps in heat race number 4. We'll transfer those drivers in, and the remaining drivers will go to one of 2 last chance showdowns here this evening. Should be 7 cars or so apiece in those last chance showdowns, and you look at the 7 that are staged on the racetrack right now. You look at that blue car at the back. Robbie Buchanan's got some work to do. Caden Honeycutt has some work to do, but that is a stout top 4 with Kiefer, Majulis, Yeager, and Loic Bernier. Bernier has had some good luck this season. He's also been on the other side of the inch when it comes to that luck factor as the field rolls off for heat race number 3.
Yeah, he's on a string of making the feature. 2 straight, Eldora and Lincoln. We'll see if he can make it 3 straight to end his season, but he started off miserable. I mean, last chance showdown in 9th, 4th, 3rd, 8th, 6th, and 8th has not been the season he wanted, and I'm sure he wanted to be in contention to win one of our grand prizes, the $10,000, the trip to the Charlotte dirt track, to get the championship check and trophy and the pictures and all the glory it comes with it, but it has just not been the season that we thought we would see early on when we saw him go out there and start up front. He ran great and then just had bad luck just follow him through the remainder of the season, and I hope to see him qualify next year for the series and see if he can move on and take lessons learned from this year and the next year.
And there's been some of these drivers that have just not had the results that have shown the speed that they've had all season long, and I think there's a few of those drivers that I feel like they need a second chance at qualifying series for this year, or for this series in 2024. I think it's going to be hotly contested as the pace truck is off. This is heat race number 3, and Damian Kiefer's on the hammer. We're underway, and keep your eye on Blake Majulis as Majulis tries to go to the inside. Dylan Yeager there inside as well in that purple and black number 48.
Yeah, Yeager peeked in for just a second, but that's Blake Majulis going to fight Damian Kiefer. He'll slide up in front. He'll take that race lead. Don't look now, though. Damian Kiefer, he throws it back into turns 1 and 2. He'll slide this time, and we'll see. Blake, he goes for the crossover. He'll make that stick, and it's still 2x2 for the lead.
And you ride on board with Dylan Yeager as he rocks and rolls his way towards the front of the field. Great battle in front of him. He's got a front row seat for it. Majulis to the outside. Damian Kiefer with a slide jump to the inside. Kiefer takes back the lead. Oh, where did Bernier come from? Bernier battling for third.
Just like being silent but deadly for Loic Bernier. He just came out of nowhere on the right-hand side of our screen. And look behind. There's Robbie Buchanan Jr. He does not need to miss this feature. It could potentially put him outside looking in for the relegation. But there's the hardest driver into the corner. That's Caden Honeycutt. He slammed that sucker in there and parked it on the nose of Robbie Buchanan. But they're still fighting it out for the race lead.
Majulis to the inside, and Damian Kiefer's going to have to try again. And you mentioned that battle to transfer in behind. Battle for the lead is good. Battle for third is good. Up the hill goes Kiefer, and it's going to allow Majulis to go back to the lead. And now Damian's going to have to try to find something, dig deep here, and reset to try to take away the lead. The good news is that Terry, he is in a transfer position, but he's got to keep those hungry guys behind him.
Yeah, has to keep them all back. Loic's kind of stayed consistent there in that third place position. He's got a little bit of a challenge right now from Dylan Yeager, who's been looking to the inside, just peeking ever so slightly throughout the final couple laps. But Robbie Buchanan Jr., he's worked his way in here as well. White flags in the air.
Final lap as they come out of corner number 4 this time into the line. And what a battle in behind for those final couple of positions. But it's Blake Majulis solid in front after a little bit of a mistake by Damian Kiefer. Kiefer finishes in second, Bernier in third, Yeager in fourth. Robbie Buchanan gets one spot, but it's not enough to transfer in through this heat race. He'll be in fifth, Caden Honeycutt in sixth, and Brett Caudell in position number 7. So those last 3 will have to come through a last chance showdown to make it into the big dance here this evening. And the driver that went out front, won that one, will start inside of row number 2 is Blake Majulis, and I believe Terry Radford has caught up with Blake.
Yeah, Blake, kind of unfamiliar territory for you here. Normally we get to the championship round. We're talking about you in contention to win this thing. You're starting third. What's your outlook on this one? Do you think you have an opportunity to go up there and win it?
Yeah, for sure. Just got to play our cards right, be smart, and hopefully get some clean air going. And just eyes on the prize, and hopefully bring home a win here. If not, top 3 is great, and good way to close out the season.
Well, you have an opportunity to win the race and be a championship owner as well. Best of luck here tonight. That's Blake Majulis, driver of the number 127. Going to start P3 here tonight, Tim.
Absolutely, and we've got one more heat race to decide. 4 more spots in this field. Terry, who do we have?
What a great start from Desmond Busby in the 82 starting on the pole. Dylan Wilson to the outside with a good one as well. Mike Augustine, James Eden back there on road 2. Jeremy Steele and Drew Hopkins rounding out your top 6. And Talon Willis back there starting in the very back of this one. We'll see if he can drive up through this field and lock himself into the feature.
He's got some work to do. Started off the season really well, just hasn't had the luck in some of these late season races that he is needed. For more information on how you can get on the racetrack and get your iRacing career started, be sure to head over to iRacing.com. Terry, what do we have in the old bag of tricks when it comes to sales?
Yeah, it's still 40% off for new members, and what a better time to do it. You can do it now. You can log in and sign up today, or you can wait till Black Friday where all the wonderful goodies come out from the iRacing side of things. Anybody I talk to, Tim, they know that iRacing.com is your portal to the greatest sim on the planet today.
Absolutely, as this field gets ready to come at you and gets ready for the final heat race qualifier of the season. Hard to believe that we're at this point, and for more information on this series, be sure to head to iRacing.com/WOOLM. your standings, your schedule. You can match a face to a name to a car on the driver page and get a little bit acclimated to the competitors in this series and that have competed all season long on the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing. One to go this time. The next time by, we will be going racing with Desmond Busby and Dylan Wilson. Desmond, again, on the right side of that top 15 cutoff. Needs to have a solid night, Terry, in order to make his way into series eligibility for next year. And right now has done what he needed to do. Going to start on the pole of heat race number 4 as the field will get ready to come back to green. Final 8-lap qualifier of the season. Heat race number 4 from the dirt track at Charlotte is underway. And the top 4 get single file for the time being as they all fan out in behind. Look at Talon Willis making a move.
Yeah, Willis wants to make it work. He made contact right there with the 22 of Jeremy Steele, but they'll slide in here. Talon will go up to the outside lane looking for some speed. And he sees James Eaton, he sees Mike Augustine in front of him. He's got a little bit of work to do, but Drew Hopkins didn't get the start he wanted either. He fell back very quickly there in that 157. This one's going to be very fun because most of these drivers just want to finish the season on a high note.
Get everything that you can out of the final race of this season. Is Mike Augustine up on the outside. He's looking at James Eaton's on the inside. That white 52 is currently your third place driver. And a little bit of insurance is what Mike Augustine wants, because in behind is Jeremy Steele, and that is the outside looking in right now. And it might not be for long because Jeremy Steele beginning to flash the orange nose down to the inside of Augustine.
Augustine caught the wall just a little bit, but he was able to keep that forward momentum going. He'll jump down to the low side, kind of throw a little bit of a defensive line, and also trying to work under James Eaton. Mike Augustine, you talked about it to open the show. He needed not to have a bad run. He doesn't need to fall out of that relegation line that we have for next season. But there goes Talon Willis to the inside of Jeremy Steele. He's looking to get in. He sees the prize in front of him with the 19 and the 22.
And Talon's looking to make something happen here, but he's only got 2 more laps to do so. And that number 10 trying to get to the inside, the 110 to the inside, trying to make it happen on Steele. He needs 2 more. He needs to get up to Augustine to try to transfer in, little contact, and there goes Steele up the hill. Willis down to the inside. Now he needs 1 more as the white flag flies. Final lap in heat race number 4, and up in front, it's all Desmond Busby. But can Jeremy Steele and Willis maybe get to Augustine? Augustine has a little bit of an advantage. Battle for second at the end, checkered flag, and it's going to belong to Desmond Busby. Dylan Wilson and James Edens across the line, almost dead even. You can see that gap on your screen. Edens takes the spot over Dylan Wilson. Mike Augustine in 4th. Willis, Steele, and Hopkins. They tried to get into the top 4. They did not get there. They will have to come through a last chance showdown. We have 2 of them, and they are up next.
You say you can't wait to get to the track to pick up the latest World of Outlaws gear? Slide on over to worldofoutlaws.com to get your NOS energy drink, sprint cars, and case late model hats, decals, hoodies, and other great souvenirs. Buy $50 worth of merchandise and get free shipping anywhere in the continental United States. Why stand in line? Buy your Outlaw gear online. Visit the Outlaw General Store online today at worldofoutlaws.com.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Drive like an outlaw.
Welcome back to Charlotte. We have 4 heat races complete for the season finale for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series powered by iRacing. Our heat race number 4 winner is Desmond Busby, and Terry Radford has caught up with him.
Well, Desmond Busby, you're going to start 4th here this afternoon. Got to make a statement. You going to win this one tonight?
Well, we're going to try. I mean, our main goal was just to make the feature, and we achieved that. So I'm just happy to be in the feature and hope for the best. Hopefully we can get a win.
Well, hopefully we look forward to talking to you here after this 50-lap feature race. Best of luck from Stockton, California. That's Desmond Busby, Tim Terry.
And we've got 2 of these last chance showdowns getting ready to come at us. 10 laps, top 2 make it into the show. And what is Logan Rumsey doing in the last chance showdown?
Yeah, a driver who's currently sitting 2nd in the championship standings. Logan Rumsey starts on the pole here in this one. Robbie Buchanan Jr. to the outside. Tristan Lattiser, Caden Honeycutt, row 2 with Colton Zimmer and Brett Caudill. Back there rounding out 6th, and Chase Hardy, who still looking to get in, Tim, into the top 15 and to stay there. He's going to start 7th.
So as you look at your field, there's a nice shot at Logan Rumsey. He's won 2 features so far this season, but again, it goes to show the competition in this series. If you're off by just that little bit, you end up in one of these last chance showdowns. $10,000 to the winner of the championship, $300 to the winner of the feature. Later on this evening, those prizes are on your screen, and we're going to dole out some cash after this evening's race, this being the season finale for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series powered by iRacing. And lots to fight for here as we go for 10 laps in this last chance showdown and then 50 later on in the feature.
Yeah, if you're Logan Rumsey tonight, you know, you don't want to be the one to not be in the chance for this one. Kendall Tucker made it, Evan C. made it. You have to make it. I'm sure that's going to the back of his mind. Coming off of last week's win, and now he's in a last chance showdown race. Couldn't imagine the nerves right now that's going through him, that anything could happen in this last chance showdown. It's been 10 laps, 2 more than what we saw in our heat races, so 2 more opportunities to make a mistake.
Or if you're outside that top 2, it's 2 more opportunities to try to move up, get a little bit more, and potentially make your way into the season finale as Logan Rumsey gets ready to see that green flag next time by the stripe, and he's got Robbie Buchanan to the outside. Robbie fighting for a top 15 in the series points for eligibility for this series in 2024. Caden Honeycutt did not get a great qualifying effort this evening. He's been having to dig deep since we threw the green flag on his heat race. He starts on the outside of Lattiser in car number 92. Well, this is it. We're going to take 2 in. Everybody else is going home. Green flag flies. We're underway, and Logan Rumsey's on it.
Yeah, Logan got a really good start right there, but that allowed Buchanan and that allowed Tristan Lattiser to have a good run and a good jump on him. And top 2 is going to make it into this show right now. It's a dogfight for that 2nd place position as Lattiser, Buchanan, Honeycutt, and Zimmer are all on top of each other, 3 wide for 3rd.
6 cars under a blanket for the lead for those 2 transfer spots, and to get into that final race of the season. Who is going to blink first here? Top 2 are Rumsey and Lattiser. Look at Buchanan to the outside, looking to take that high side and take it to the lead. Buchanan's got to run.
Yeah, Buchanan's finding a little bit different speed, ripping the lip up there on the outside lane. He makes contact right there with Tristan Lattiser, gets into the back bumper of Logan Rumsey, but that allows Lattiser to slide down there to the bottom. Oh, they all just bottlenecked up there at the top, and that almost became big as Lattiser went right on the nose of Buchanan, and that slid him all the way back to 5th.
Oh boy, this is getting feisty back here for 2nd. Buchanan tried to make it 4 at one point. He's got the 10 on his nose, but the 10 is right now 3rd or maybe 4th place as Lattiser is trying his hardest to pull away, as Rumsey has. Rumsey's the only one out of the fire, as there goes the 10 to the inside, and look at Robbie Buchanan. He was second. He needs something big in the final 4 laps, and it almost happened right in front of him.
Yeah, Lattiser and Honeycutt just made big contact with one another, and that allowed Colton Zimmer to put his nose in into the P2 position. He gets that spot, but not by a lot. It's allowing Honeycutt. It's also allowing Chase Hardy to stay there. But look, they brought the 31 of Buchanan Jr. back into this fight. And I'm not cheering for the Tennessee native, but, well, that's cheer over, because hard in the wall he goes, and that's done. Race over.
And there they go again, trying to pick something up here for what is that final transfer position. And right now it's Zimmer holding on to that spot, and they're going to come by this time to the white flag. A little pushing and shoving in behind for position number 4. It's all behind Logan Rumsey. Rumsey continues to lead, and it looks like Zimmer's going to have an opportunity to build something for second. One more shot for Caden Honeycutt to get up here and make something happen, but I don't think it's going to happen. Checkered flag, and it's Logan Rumsey and Colton Zimmer, your top 2. Honeycutt, Hardy, Lattiser, and Buchanan, your field. Tough break for Buchanan, tough break for Lattiser. Both ran up front, both had an opportunity to transfer in, but it's not going to happen in this last chance showdown. And unfortunately, Terry, their season has come to a close. But I have an idea. I know what they can do and try to prepare for either next season or the qualifying series. I heard of another way that they can try to keep their skills sharp. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Something World of Outlaw game that is out on all of your consoles. And also there is a qualifying chance for some sprint cars that we'll talk about a little bit later on. But worldofoutlaws.game.com for the best thing. They can race the dirt track at Charlotte. That's one of the tracks that have been announced. All of the 2023 Platinum drivers, the Extreme Midget Series presented by Toyota, all the paint schemes you could think of. They've added career mode, championship, multiplayer, quick mode, and helmet tear-off. There's over 25-player multiplayer, full all the physics tuned by the greatest people on the planet, iRacing themselves. 6 different series, 2 DLC series, and it is available today. Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PS4 and PS5. Drive like an outlaw. Get yourself over there at worldofoutlaws.game.com.
Yeah, that is something you need to get your hands on if you have not already, as we get ready for one more last chance showdown. We will take the top 2, and there's some talent in here.
There is a ton of talent in this one. Cameron Kaysen starting on the pole with Talon Willis to the outside. Tucker Elkins and Jeremy Steele, row 2. Blake Murray and Drew Hopkins back there on row number 3. And Logan Herbert, who did not turn many laps, Tim Terry, in his heat race, is going to start back there in row 7 or row 4, P7. Easy for us to say.
Absolutely, as we get ready for one final last chance showdown, one final dance to see who will take the top 2 spots in this one and move into the final 2 spots in the feature later on as the field begins to roll for their 10-lap show. And this is going to be big. You look at Talon Willis to the outside, had a good run in his heat race, strong run after missing the mark in qualifying, but didn't get what he needed. And then to the inside, Cameron Case, the same deal, looking to finish off this one strong. As the field rolls down the back straightaway, they will come to 1 to go this time.
Yeah, for Cameron Case and Talon Willis, just be safe. You don't have to drive too crazy. You don't have to drive over your heads in this one. You can just kind of calm down just a little bit. Currently at the moment, you're in the safest spot. We saw it in last chance showdown number 1 that the top 2 off the initial jump, they were the happiest people, or at least one of them was, and Logan Rumsey. Everybody else was having to fight and claw to get themselves into a position. I got my eye on the 157 of Drew Hopkins here. I think him coming from that 6th place spot there, 3rd car on the outside, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
And he's going to have to do it in 10 laps or his season is over before the final feature of the year. Cameron Kaysen on the hammer. Last chance showdown number 2 is underway, and we've already got that battle for second as the 10 of Willis now gets back to the inside. 3-way dance, 3 wide down the back straightaway.
3-way fight for the lead. Here comes the 86 87 of Tucker Elkins, and they make contact back there. Jeremy Steele gets collected just a little bit with Blake Murray. That's Logan Herbert coming from the back spot of the field, and wow, a lot of racing already. This one might be crazier than the first one.
Yeah, they continue to fight here. 3 wide at the back. The 10 of Willis trying to get the spot on Kaysen as Elkins holds that top spot and holds the top line around this racetrack. The 87 is your leader, but it might not be for long because here comes Willis to the inside. You're right on board with Drew Hopkins. He was your pick earlier, Terry, but he's got some work to do.
I wouldn't have picked him if I realized he was a Kentucky native, but he's working really well down there on the bottom, trying to keep up with this spot. He's worked his way into the 4th place position with the sliders being thrown in the front. Oh, Elkins got a little help there from Cameron Kaysen. They make contact, and Drew gets right in the back bumper of him. He sends him up the racetrack. It's a 4-way dance for the transfer spot.
Oh boy, and a little bit more contact back there as the 83 up the hill. Trying to make something happen. Blake Murray wants a piece. We are halfway home in this one. 5 down and 5 to go. And Willis is your leader. We are almost 3 wide again for position number 2. Final transfer spot on the line. Kaysen throws it in.
Yeah, same song, different dance from 1 to 2. It's second on back, fighting as hard as possible for the transfer spot. Jeremy still sitting in there. Up the track, he goes 3 wide, now 4 wide for the transfer spot.
Oh, Murray got sideways. Murray had to make a little bit of contact, a little bit of a body check to pick up position number 3. And he may see the receipt this time by around those Hawkins at the back. Up the hill goes Herbert. Down to the inside goes Kaysen and the 83 of Murray. Wants one more shot, dives it in deep. Cannot get there on Kaysen. Kaysen will lead them off at corner number 4 to 2 to go.
Herbert sails it in the corner. He'll slide it up in front. He gets the spot on Cameron Kaysen, but Kaysen looks to the inside. Here comes Murray in the 83. They make contact. Up the track, they both go. Here comes Herbert again. Also, here comes the 57 of Elkins.
This might be Herbert's spot to lose. Kaysen's got one more shot down the back. Look at Murray's run out of turn number 2. Final set of corners. Willis is going to win. Who's it going to be for second? Cameron Kaysen going to hold on, and in behind they wreck. That might have been the qualifier of the year. What a show. All behind Talon Willis. Willis, great job. Yeah, he wins this one. Kaysen finishes second. It could have been any one of those drivers taking that final transfer spot. Herbert, Murray, Elkins, Steele, Hopkins, all going to the house, but they all have something to be proud for. That was a show, Terry.
Yeah, they can hang their hat on that one and be very proud that was easily, out of the 9 we've done so far, that was the finish that we were looking for in a last chance showdown, putting it all on the line, throwing sliders 3 wide, 4 wide for that transfer spot. They definitely wanted to make this one a show.
We are going to catch our breaths because we absolutely need it after that one. We're stepping away for a moment. We got 54 laps coming at us after this.
This November, Dirt Racing's most celebrated stars align in an electrifying spectacle that's bigger than ever. The World of Outlaws World Finals. All dirt roads lead to Charlotte as World of Outlaws NOS Energy Drink Sprint Cars, World of Outlaws Case Construction Equipment Late Models, and Super Dirt Car Big Block Modifieds collide. Get your tickets now. 4-day seat packages at charlottemotorspeedway.com. The World of Outlaws World Finals. November 1st through the 4th at the Dirt Track at Charlotte. Be there.
The World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series is brought to you by ButtKicker. Feel what you've been missing. Pick up your ButtKicker today at thebuttkicker.com. And by World of Outlaws Dirt Racing. Available on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 4, and PlayStation 5. Drive like an outlaw.
Welcome back to Charlotte, and we're looking at some of the highlights from earlier. Heat races were very entertaining. That last chance showdown was absolutely phenomenal. And now we get ready for the final feature of the season, 50 laps in length, and this racetrack has put on some tremendous action this evening.
Yeah, it really has, and we expected nothing less. This is America's finest track, and we'll take a look at the point standings that'll pop up here. There's your three going for the championship. These are live and up to date. So Evan C., 36 over Kendall Tucker. Logan Rumsey, from where he's starting, goes back to third. And our transfer spot for the top 15 shifted just a little bit too, with Robbie Buchanan Jr. not being there, not being in this feature. So a lot to fight for still to come here as you take a look, Tim, at the championship prizes.
Yeah, Evan C. is poised to take away another trip to Charlotte and the World Finals to get his championship, but it's not over yet. It's pretty close, but it's not over yet. $10,000 the champion, $4,000, nothing to sneeze at either for position number 2. And of course, the top 3 this evening in this feature, 300, 200, and 100. So there is lots to fight for these 20 drivers that are sitting on the front straightaway, whether it is a points position, whether it's a little bit of cash, there's something on the line as we get ready for round number 10. And this is your starting grid, Terry.
Nathan Waddell with the first pole of the season for himself in the finale gets it done. Kendall Tucker fighting for the championship on the outside. Blake Majulis in third. Desmond Busby will start outside row 2 and fourth, with your points leader Evan C. starting back there on row 3 with J.D. Brown to the outside. It looks like they're at row 4 with Damian Kiefer and James Edens starting right in front of Chase Barbara and Tanner Tomasi. Good run for him. Wood Bernier and Dylan Wilson will round out the top 12. Take a look back there at 13th with Barrett Bishop, Ethan Toder to the outside. Last year's winner here at this racetrack, Dylan Yeager, is going to start P15. 16th to go to Mike Augustine. Last week's winner, Logan Rumsey, start back there on row 9 with Talon Willis to the outside. And our final 2 starters of the evening, Colton Zimmer and Cameron Kaysen, with the most exciting last chance finish of the season in 20th.
Yeah, now Kaysen has to fight from the back of the field all the way up to the front. As you look at Kendall Tucker, you got Blake Majulis on the inside, Desmond Busby, great qualifying effort, and then in behind, that red, gold, and white number 33 of Evan C. Everything is done except for the final 50 laps of the season. If you're just joining us, maybe you're new to the series, we obviously did not have any caution periods during those qualifying sessions, qualifying races. We will have cautions here if it is warranted. But again, keep in mind, caution laps will not count. You'll see 50 laps of green flag racing here this evening. Field works down the back straightaway into turn number 3. They will come to 1 to go. Beautiful afternoon in the sim for racing. 77 degrees. The wind is getting a little nippy there.
Yeah, wind just picked up to 11 miles per hour. Track temps dropped down 5 degrees as well. It was 98 degrees when we took the very first heat race. It's down to 93. That should hold some moisture with the new update that iRacing came out with. It is the past 2 weeks has put on some phenomenal racing. So kudos to them for the update that we've seen with the dirt holding some moisture and been able to stay consistent throughout the run. And we'll see it here for the next 50 laps.
Pace truck is off and we are underway. Nathan Waddell on the hammer. Round number 10 is green from Charlotte as they go into corner number 1. Fan out 2 and 3 wide, and Nathan Waddell is going to be stuck on the outside. Majulis and Tucker to the inside, and 3 wide again as Waddell fighting for his life. Can he get back to the middle for the lead? Oh, this is going to get tight.
They got really tight really fast as Kendall Tucker shoved it up the middle, and then it allowed Nathan Waddell to put himself in that spot. Now contact, oh no, Evan C. almost went around right there, and that would have been big championship implications, but Desmond Busby takes the brunt of that hit into the outside wall, and there's Mike Augustine making contact as well. that would have got really, really difficult. And it would have been shades of last week at Lincoln, where he went around in the final 10 laps and made this championship fight a whole lot closer than it could have been.
And we looked in the middle of the pack, and we're going to look at it right here. Look at this. Oh, one around, and we keep it, well, maybe straight. We're still green for the time being, but they were 3, 4, and at one point 5 wide, going for those spots in the middle of the field. This has been phenomenal racing here as we see Damian Kiefer off the side of the shot, looking at the 5 live points up on the side of your screen as well. Evan C. currently still in the driver's seat in this one. Kendall Tucker, who runs second, is second in the standings. But this has been a dogfight up in front. They've been 2 and 3 wide at the back, and we're only 6 laps in.
Yeah, it has. The intensity has only amplified with it being the season finale for this series. And you go on board here with the Chesney, South Carolina driver Evan C., who's currently leading the point standings. He does not have to win. This is not like any other series, aka NASCAR, where the champion necessarily has to go in and win it to advance. He's content where he's at. Obviously, he wants to go win and not get his championship celebration spoiled with another driver getting it done. And Tim, he has not won in some time. It has been a few weeks since we've seen the driver of the 33 go to victory lane, so it'll be interesting to see as there's the fight for the race lead. Kendall Tucker second in points to the inside of Blake Majulis.
Tucker knows what he has to do. He controls his own destiny, and he'll let the points fall the way they are afterwards. But Kendall Tucker, in order to do anything when it comes to championship, when it comes to second place in that championship, Terry, he's got to go to the lead. 10 laps completed this time by. Oh, look at this fight. Mike Augustine to the inside, Bishop in the middle, James Edens. They're 3 wide, almost 4 wide at times.
And there's Tanner Tomasi in 12th. He's working his way into this fight. He'll slide up there. He'll get to the outside lane. And there was a little bit of contact right there with Loic Bernier and Barrett Bishop. And James Eaton slides the middle. Here comes Tomasi as well. He'll fight it in this. It's contact behind him. The 23 and the 82 of Busby, they made some contact. There's fighting all over this place.
Yeah, they continue to go at it. There's Bishop 4 wide, almost to the inside as Bishop tries to pick up a couple more. James Eden's in the middle. And there you look at that top 15, that eligibility for the series. And there's 11 points in between that cutoff line. And Damian Kiefer in the 21s on that bottom. He's 17 back. He's currently 3rd.
Yeah, there is a ton to fight for. Very, very proud of our production staff giving us these live points as we run to what we're going to see down the road. And why position 7th, 8th, 9th, and problem for Evan C. Caution's out, and he's dropping through the field, Tim.
Chase Barbara's up against the wall. Was that Evan C. that we saw in the middle of that shot being spun out in the middle of the racetrack?
Yes, he dropped through the field. He was sitting in the 4th place position, and around he goes. There he stopped at the bottom. Big issues for Evan C., and that's a tow. He has towed our championship points leader, has potentially ended his race on lap 15 here at the dirt track at Charlotte.
Oh, man, that is huge when it comes to this championship with Kendall Tucker running in second. Evan C. and Chase Barbara were 4th and 5th. Let's take a look at this. Chase Barbara to the outside, Evan C. to the inside, and they're fighting with Damian Kiefer. 33 of Evan C. gets a shot. Oh, boy.
Oh no. And Nathan Waddell was in it as well. Chase Barbara went hard into the wall. And now we're looking at it, and Kendall Tucker, if he can just finish where he's at, because I'm looking up and down my timing sheet, Logan Rumsey puts himself down in, I believe, the 13th position. No, he's 10th. They fell to 10th, but just got turned there and around, and that's race over. He got hit 2, 3, 4 times in that spin. And shades of last week, Tim, and it's not been a good 2 weeks for the driver of the 33 of FNC.
Now, we are going to need us to go back to green so we can update those championship points, because obviously scoring is frozen when we do take the caution flag. So, but I would believe that Kendall Tucker is looking quite sporty right now. I don't know if there's enough points there, but you know what? I think we're going to see when we go green this next lap by. Majulis is your control car in the black 127 to the inside, Tucker to the outside, and that's big for Damian Kiefer as well. Going to try to move up a couple of positions and make something happen for that top 15 series eligibility. Green flag flies, and we're back underway.
We'll see as we do go green what the points look like when they pull back over to the right-hand side of our screen. Majulis not fighting for a championship. He's just fighting for a win. Kendall Tucker there, Damian Kiefer, and it is 5 points separate them. And he has to win this race. If you're Kendall Tucker, he has to win it. He did not get the points for the pole. He did not get points. He got some points for winning a heat, but he did nothing else there. Kendall Tucker needs to win this race, so he needs to fight really hard to get around the driver of Majulis Z Speed Shops. And if you're Blake, he knows what has to get done.
And absolutely, and Evan C., I believe, has scored back there. If he can somehow get that thing fixed and get one more spot on Chase Barbara, that would change it one more time. So we'll keep our eyes. But Evan C. right now looking to hold where he is and pick up that championship. But we got a fight on our hands, Terry, on this racetrack. Kendall Tucker trying to hold on to position number 2, Kiefer in behind, and Logan Rumsey trying to get one more and maybe 2 more as he moves to the inside. Slide job up the hill. Great effort by Dylan Wilson so far this evening as well. The 80 cars in the fight.
Yeah, great run from the 80 and the 21 of Kiefer. Good run from Tanner Tomasi, who's up to that 6th place position. Drivers we talked about coming into this race that was fighting for something totally different. Fighting for the top 15 to get their eligibility for the 2024 season. Having an impressive run, a statement run to build momentum for the next season. But now, the story at the moment, Logan Rumsey drove it from a little bit deeper in the field, from the last chance showdown race up to the 3rd place position. I believe they both have to win. It is a must-win situation for the 00 and the 41 if they want to call themselves champion this season.
And they got to let the points fall the way they are. The difference between first...
Oh, no! No! And they're both in a wreck.
And that is going to bring out a caution. I was about to say it's only 3 points between first and second, so Tucker needed to win and a little bit more, and the way they score this, I believe, depending on where he got rolling, he may still be up in 2nd or 3rd, but that was a mess.
A mess to say the least. And if you're those 2 drivers, we'll take a look at the replay right here. It starts with the slide job that could not be completed. And then Kendall Tucker just goes up and they make contact and everybody else just slides in. And then the caution flag waved. I believe they should be scored 5th, maybe 5th or 6th when the caution flag waved. That's not what you want to see. I'm sure with the rest of them in the field, you know, Evan C. sitting there watching this and he's like, all right, yeah, cool. You know, keep wrecking each other. That's what I'm looking for. You know, you'll lock it up for me before it's ever done. If one of them or both of them knocked out of the race, Tim, it's already locked.
So looking at points, you get 70 points to win one of these feature races. You get 67 for second. So there was 3 points in between those 2 there for that spot. It was 5 points unofficially when we looked at the live points. So we needed a little bit more. J.D. Brown's out of the race. J.D. Brown is probably not coming back out onto the racetrack. Chase Barbara runs in, sitting on pit road right now too. So we'll keep our eye on the championship points, but now we've got Logan Rumsey up here looking to make something big happen as Dylan Wilson already looking to the inside of this one. Kiefer to the inside. Green flag flies, and Blake Majulis does what he has to do. He's back out in front.
Yeah, Majulis doing exactly what he needs to do. Play spoiler in this race and be the team owner. Right now he's a racer, but in the back of his mind he's the team owner as well. He sees the people fighting to take that away, and that's the 41 of Logan Rumsey. Kendall Tucker went all the way back to the 12th place position, so we'll see if he can work that 00 back up through the field. Live points still sitting on the right-hand side of your screen. It's Majulis, Rumsey, Wilson. Your top 3, they're pulling away right now from Tanner Tomasi in the 09.
Rumsey needs one more spot and needs to find a couple of more points somewhere in between in the mix as the 80 of Dylan Wilson looks to spoil the party here and finish his season on a high note. He's currently on the podium. He wants a couple of more spots, though, to to try to pick this one up. We're halfway home, by the way. We've got 24 laps to go in the season finale as we continue. How about Augustine back there poking the nose down to the inside?
Yeah, Mike Augustine's done a wonderful job there, riding the 5th place position. Just doing what he needs to do. He talked about it. If he had a bad run, falls out. He's having a stellar run here at the moment. And look at him. He's right there, right in front of Tanner Tomasi, right in front of Dylan Yeager. Barrett Bishop's in this fight as well. And fight for 4th has been hot ever since we took the green flag again. And we got 21 laps to go when they cross the line in our season.
And they are fighting for every piece of real estate out here to try to take home what they can when it comes to the championship purse, trying to get in the top 15. And Dylan Yeager, oh, he's into a couple of cars back here. He's trying to make it happen in the 48.
You know, that 48's got some speed in it, and when you got speed coming to the racetrack, especially here at the dirt track at Charlotte, you want to get it done. But we take a look here at the fight for the lead. If you're Logan Rumsey, we're calling a race from the great state of North Carolina. He needs a Michael Jordan moment. He needs a walk-off Game 7 buzzer beater shot, as Jordan did it at the University of North Carolina. He needs to work his way up there, get around that 127 of Blake Majulis, and solidify himself as the champion this season. He's there. He just needs to be able to set up the run and capitalize on it.
He has had a great ending to this season, regardless how this one finishes here. Obviously, if he's on the podium or wins this one, it's better for that 41 team, but wants to get that one more spot and pick up that one more win, get that extra $100 and finish off at least second in the championship standings as the 80 of Wilson, though, looking to get one more spot here. It's been all Blake Majulis up in front since the early stages of this 50-lap feature. Go Augustine in 4th, Tomasi in 5th, and Tomasi trying to solidify a top 15 spot as Wilson begins to search to the inside.
Yeah, Wilson looked down low just for a moment. He started to fall off there off the exit. Just couldn't necessarily keep the tires under him, and he kind of slid up just a little bit, and that allowed Rumsey to pull in a little closer on Majulis. He's kind of fallen off just a tad bit. He works in closer off the exit of turn 2 down the back straightaway, and 3 and 4 has been all Blake Majulis. He's searching for speed down there on the bottom, but hasn't necessarily been able to get door to door with Blake, and he's got a run here. He has an opportunity to slide it into 3.
Logan Rumsey trying to set it up. They'll come down to 13 laps to go this time. The 41 looks to the outside, has been looking to the inside. Looks like he's got a faster car as this run goes on, but where does he put that run to make what would be a winning move for a 3rd time this season and try to make that move on Blake Majulis? 12 to go right here, and you see that top 15. That is the eligibility line to get into this series for next year, be eligible for this series for next year, and looks pretty quiet on the Western front when it comes to that one, with Buchanan not in this feature.
Yeah, very calm on that side of things. 11 points separate them, with Damian Kiefer being involved in an incident. It's a battle between 15th and 16th on which one of them's going to get it done, but we'll need a big run out of Robbie Buchanan Jr., who's not in this feature, so nothing there. Well, you take a look at the battle boxes down there on the bottom between Blake Majulis and Logan Rumsey, one on the left, one on the right. It's the fight under 10 laps to go, 9 of them to be exact, in the season finale.
Rumsey needs a little bit more to get up on the wheel and get that 127, but he is keeping Blake honest up in front. What a battle at the end of this one. And in behind, keep your half eye on that battle for position number 3, as well as Wilson and Augustine trying to fight for a final podium spot this season.
Well, that's interesting news coming into our ear, and it's good to have that. If Logan Rumsey wins this race, the tiebreaker would go to Logan Rumsey based off of wins. So a tie is good in many scenarios, and for Logan in the 41, I think he would take a tie right about now and $10,000. You just got to get around the owner of the 33, or the co-owner of it, and there he goes.
And all unofficial as well, pending everything going through, as C as, JD Brown's back out onto the racetrack. So Evan C. just lost those 2 points that we talked about earlier that he might need on this racetrack. That might be big. That might be what Rumsey needs. And I'm sure they're telling him that in his ear with 3 laps to go this time. And there it is, 3 points. He needs to pick up what would be a tie, and he needs to get by the 127 because that would be the 3 points he needs. But it looked like he lost a little bit of ground these last couple of laps.
3 laps, 3 points. It sounds easy, but if you're Logan Rumsey, he's been trying to work the 127 of Blake Majulis over for the past 22. He sailed it in that time. He's looking for the spot, he's looking for the win, and he's looking for the championship all in one, but he lost some time there. Half a second separation, 2 laps to go.
Yeah, he didn't get what he needed that last time through 3 and 4. He went searching, but he did not find it. They'll come off turn number 4 this time and come to the white flag. Final lap in the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series season. The 127 of Blake Majulis trying to hold on to what would be a race win and what would be maybe a huge championship for his team. Coming off of turn number 4, it's Blake Majulis taking home the victory. Logan Rumsey in second, and by the looks of it, unofficially, Terry, he's going to come up just a few points short. Blake Majulis, what a season for him. Comes home with this win, but Logan Rumsey it's coming up just a little bit short by the looks of it.
Yeah, and 1 spot short, three points separated him from unofficially losing out on the championship. As you take a look at the finishing results, Majulis getting it done. Logan 1 spot short of it. Highlights in this one, Mike Augustine with a good run. Dylan Wilson with 3rd place. Tanner Tomasi doing what he needed to do. And for Kendall Tucker getting swept up early on in that incident with Logan coming home 7th. Dylan Yeager, last year's winner. Desmond Busby with a highlight finish there in the top 10.
Yeah, rounding out your field, Cameron Kaysen from the back of the field to 11th. Loic Bernier in 12th. Edens, Zimmer, Waddell, Willis, Kiefer, Brown, Barbara, and C at the ending. And that 1 spot or 2 spots that JD Brown gained was big in the championship, but we'll take a look at the unofficial championship points, and we will show you that Evan C. has unofficially won this championship by 3 points over Logan Rumsey. Kendall Tucker, what a run that Kendall Tucker had earlier as well. Didn't pan out the way he wanted to, was involved in that wreck around halfway, finishes in 3rd. Majulis and Dylan Wilson top 5, and Chase Hardy will get that final series eligibility spot in position number 15. What a fight all season long, and we will catch up with our official champion for the World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series, powered by iRacing, by 3 points. It is Evan C. once again coming home with the championship. And Evan, how nervous were you those last few laps?
Yeah, it was just I just became a spotter for Blake. Once I got wrecked, and trying to help him out on lines there, and I'm disappointed. 2nd week in a row by the same team, we got what I felt like purposely just taken out, or either the person that was racing me from that team forgot how to drive at that moment, it seemed like, and they drove me the same way in the heat race, and finally got me in a race, I guess. But luckily, like I said, we was just spotting for Blake, and he was able to hold on to that win, and that's what really got us a championship there.
Big night for the team with that race win, that championship. But what does it mean to you to pick up another World of Outlaws ButtKicker Late Model Series title?
It's pretty amazing. I felt like last year we ran as good as we could, and then we came out this year and ran, I felt like, even better and was up front. And I'm still a little bit disappointed how it ended, and with getting what I felt like wrecked on purpose the last 2 races. But to still come away with the championship, I'm definitely, like I said, it was pretty amazing to, get 2 of these. Not many people even have one. So, it's definitely pretty awesome.
We did this last year, $10,000 for the championship. You get to go to Charlotte to the World Finals. You excited for another trip to Charlotte?
Oh, yeah. We go there about every year anyways, but, it just makes it that much more fun to go there and, be celebrated as a champion again. It's going to be pretty cool, and me and a lot of teammates will go, so it's going to be fun for sure.
Congratulations on the championship, and go celebrate. You earned it again this season.
Yeah, and I just gotta thank all the guys, CFME Sports and BLR, Magility Speed Shop, Tattoo Defense, and Captain Morgan. Without all those guys and teammates, wouldn't have been able to have the season we had. And obviously gotta thank y'all guys and iRacing for putting this on for us.
There we go, Terry Radford. It's another championship season for Team 33 and Evan C. coming home with the championship. Not the night I'm sure that they wanted to, but again, a great whole season for that championship. Blake Majulis has caught up with Terry Radford.
Yeah, we'll talk to now the 4-time winner of this season. And Blake, you get the win. You help solidify the championship for Evan and the team. How crucial was it for him to not only become your spotter there at the very end, but how hard did Logan Rumsey make you fight to stay in front there?
Yeah, I saw him coming. I had knew before the race I wasn't going to touch the top, so it was all him, whatever he could do with it, and felt really good as the track kept getting slicker and slicker. And I think, I wish we started on a track like that. I think it would have been more different than that, but I felt really good, and I thought we could have won by a little more, but like I said, set came in just a little too late, but felt good and had to run the top for a little bit there and got away with it. So just thankful to come home with a win.
When we talked about win number 4, you didn't have the season that a lot of us thought that you would have. We thought you would be the one contending with your teammate for the win. You missed a race. You had an 18th place finish last week at Lincoln. How good does it feel to set yourself up for next season, coming back saying, hey, I was the winner. I ended it. And what's your goal for 2024?
Get another championship for sure. We're so close. I know we are. It really sucks because 4 wins is a lot. I think that's the most out of anyone this season. So I was confident all season long. Had one bad race, didn't make it at Knoxville, and that sets the tone for the rest of the season. So I said that at the beginning of the season that I don't look at points, and that's why, because you're bound to wreck or something, even if it's not your fault. Something just seems to never go right. So it's been a few years. Hopefully next year I can get it done. I'm definitely motivated, and hopefully I get a little more time next year, put more time into this, make it more serious, and hopefully we'll be coming out 10K richer next year. But full confidence in the next year for sure, like always.
Well, congratulations on your win to end the season. 4 of them this year. That is the most of all the drivers that competed this year. Best of luck in 2024, and we can't wait to see you here.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you very much.
That's Blake Majulis getting it done. And Tim Terry will pass you down to second place in the points. Second place in this race is Logan Rumsey.
Logan, you gave Blake Majulis everything that he could handle at the end of that one. What else did you need in the race?
Yeah, we qualified really bad tonight. Just kind of choked there and didn't get any points in the heat race, and just had to come through the B. And we really had a good car for the future and got kind of lucky there with people wrecking. And I got up to around where Kendall was, and I threw a slider on him, and unfortunately we just got together there in the backstretch. It was kind of both our faults there. We were just racing way too hard, and it sucks he got wrecked, but that's just how it is. And I was lucky to get out of that clean, and I had some damage, but we still had a really good car. We tried to get past Blake, but we just didn't have enough there.
You have to be happy with the season. Second place effort, couple of wins out of the year. Obviously, 3 points kind of stings a little bit, but overall, you have to be happy with this year, right?
Yeah, it's great finishing second in the points. It really sucks losing by 1 point, but if we're really being honest here, Evan really deserves it. He was really good all season, so I got really lucky there from him wrecking, so he really deserved it.
What are you most looking forward to for this offseason? What are you guys going to do to try to get those 3 points and get that one spot better in 2024?
I just do the same thing. We were really good most of the races, but we kind of just struggled in a couple other ones. So we can just do really good in all of them. We'll be really good.
There you go, Terry Radford. That is Logan Rumsey coming home with position number 2 tonight, position number 2 in the championship, and a great effort there. Yep. And the next time that we race, Terry, will be with the sprint cars, and you can be a part of the qualifying series. That's exciting.
Yeah, you sure can. If you have an A license in the sprint cars or on dirt in general, be a part of this one. Go try to qualify. If you want to race like the Outlaws, the best way, Tim, to race like them is to get out on the track and do it. It starts September 25th, Monday night at 8:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just come have fun with it. Go test your dirt skills out.
Absolutely. As you mentioned, September 25th, racing on Monday evenings, and then we will have the World of Outlaws Thrustmaster Sprint Car Series beginning in the fall of 2023, and that is always an exciting series. See some of these late model guys cross over and do some sprint car racing, but we see a whole different batch come out and vie for that championship. That is going to be exciting. Always love going racing with the sprint cars, and good to see Thrustmaster on board for this 2023 campaign. That is going to wrap up this late model series. Terry, what a season.
What an absolute thrill. I'm so honored and privileged to have said that I was a part of this series from start to finish. I can't thank everybody from iRacing enough for trusting me enough to come out here and work with you, Tim. It's always a true honor to call races with you, and a deserving champion in Evan C., a great ambassador for iRacing and late models. Just can't wait to see what the 2024 season brings. It was so much fun.
And it wasn't without a little bit of excitement coming down the last laps of the dirt track at Charlotte. That's going to do it for us here this evening on behalf of Terry Radford and our entire iRacing production staff. My name is Tim Terry. We will see you in a few weeks when we go racing with the sprint cars. Until then, keep the hammer down, and we'll see you at the track.
DirtVision is home to the greatest shows on dirt. The only place to watch World of Outlaw Sprint Cars, the pinnacle of dirt racing. You also get World of Outlaw Late Models, the Super Dirt Car Series, Extreme Outlaw Midgets, Dirt Car Summer Nationals, and weekly racing at America's premier tracks. See them all with a DirtVision Fast Pass. Flexible options allow casual and hardcore fans to live stream races on multiple devices. Sign up now at DirtVision.com or on the DirtVision app.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.